Does your pelvis do this? Your pelvic floor muscles just float around in isolation. This is what you look like, right? Walking around, gliding, moving around, no impact, no legs, no body, just the pelvis, right? Am I sounding insane? Well, that's what I think when I get told that somebody has just been told to squeeze the pelvic floor muscles to get strong. What is wrong with that picture? This pelvis in a real person, if it was in me, it would have legs sitting in here. The legs would have muscle on that connect and talk to these muscles. The hip bones, the spine would go up further. It would have a whole torso here. And these muscles, the ab muscles, the back muscles would all come down. They would join to these muscles in here, which then join to these muscles down here. So all of these that are connected, they talk to each other. They don't just have a wall and these muscles have their own government and system, and then these muscles have their own government and system. They're not local councils, they're not different countries, they are all part of the same world, which is my body or your body. It has one governing system, which is the brain. Okay? The brain sends messages down, it receives messages back up. It receives the messages, so it then will do something else, send that message down to the area that sent the message up. That is where all of the laws come from for your body and how everything works. Yeah? Does that make sense so far? So why are we training the pelvic floor and treating the pelvic floor like it's its own independent country with no outside influence from the rest of the world? Why do we do that? Sounds weird, doesn't it? So when you think about doing your pelvic floor exercises, are you just squeezing these muscles? Are you going squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to stop the flow of wee? Are you going squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to stop passing wind? What about the rest of the body? If you squat, all of a sudden, all of these leg muscles are involved. All of these upper body muscles are involved to keep you stable, to stop you falling over. And what's in between there? The pelvic floor. So those messages to hold your arms out, to brace your core a little bit as you squat down so you don't fall into the chair or fall over, all those messages go through here. So how about, this might sound crazy, how about we train the pelvic floor with those movements? Does it all make sense so far? Let me know in the comments. That is what my training is all about. If you are a person who sits down and stands up, if you're a person who bends down to pick something up, if you move around and you find that you have back pain or you leak when you do these things, if you're picking up the grandkids, for example, or your baby, and you have a bit of a leak or you get a bit of back pain, it's because things aren't communicating together. And so what I will teach you is how to get everything working together, how to get the world working as a functioning community rather than individual countries with their own government, which does not work in this situation. So closing soon is intake for my next Every Woman course, which I will go through all of these activities, these movement patterns, and how to coordinate the body with the pelvic floor, which is a lot more functional than sitting still at the traffic lights and squeezing these muscles as if that is going to help when you squat or run or jump or take a wide step and change direction. So if that makes sense that we should be doing more than just squeezing, then please either comment below, tag your friends, and just send me a message. I'm happy to connect with anyone. I'm happy to jump on a free phone call and I can discuss with you your next steps to getting a functioning pelvic floor that works when you move and when you live your life. So please send me a message, or you can visit the website. It is www.connecthealth.fitness/start here, and you can have a look at a program that is functional, that is holistic, that works for you.